They were Muslims, and Allah kept sending to them prophets and kept sending them to messengers time after time. But they were monotheist in nature, so they only believed in Allah and Allah alone. But obviously here we have the tyrant that is Fir'aun, and he is the enemy of Musa alayhi salam. So Musa alayhi salam heard the call, and between this in the story you notice that Musa alayhi salam obviously at first was taken back, but he found a source of comfort. Because when Allah asked him, he said, وَمَا تِلْكَ بِيَمِينِكَ يَا مُوسَى, what is that you are holding with your hand, O Musa? If you are uncomfortable in a place, you would shorten your answer as much as you can. But Musa alayhi salam elongated his answer and gave detail. He said, قَالَ هِيَ عَصَايَ أَتَوَكَّعُ عَلَيْهَا وَأُشْوِّيهَا عَلَى غَنَمِي. This is my staff, I lean on it, I use it to hush my animals or guide my animals. وَلِيَ فِيهَا مَآرِبُ أُخْرَى. And I have other uses for it. Whereas for example now, if I ask someone I don't know, what is that in your hand? They say, that's my phone. If you ask a friend, what is that in your hand? They say, this is my phone, it's a Samsung, it's this, this is the work phone, this is the... there's space for comfort, and you can see that Musa alayhi salam is comfortable. But then something happens that again shocks Musa alayhi salam. He said, قَالَ أَلْقِهَا يَا مُوسَى. So he said to him, throw it on Musa. So Musa alayhi salam threw this. He threw the staff and it turned into a snake, as we know, and then Allah told him to take out his right hand, and a source of light was coming from his hand. Why is it important that Musa alayhi salam was given these miracles? Is that Musa alayhi salam's people, the people of Bani Israel at that time, they found greatness in sorcery. So all of the people, the magicians, and they were the highest ranked people in the society. So Fir'aun, even when he used it, he used sorcerers, he used magicians, and this was his display. Similarly, in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, they used to use language as the highest thing. They would rank the people, the poets, the people who understood the Arabic language, and they used to take pride in this, someone understanding the Arabic language. So that's why Allah sent to them challenges in the Quran, saying Alif Lam Mim. What does that mean? No one knows. But you guys are supposed to have perfected the Arabic language. Also Allah tells them in the Quran, He says, if you are able to, if you believe that you are superior, then bring one verse, one surah like this. And then the challenge was reduced to 10 verses, and then it was reduced to one verse, and the people of Quraysh never met this challenge. So Allah gave Musa alayhi salam 2 miracles from the miracles that his people recognized. So and then he said to him, go to Fir'aun. Now here Musa alayhi salam is reminded, he said, Fir'aun is still looking for me. I am trying to hope to get into Egypt to disguise and find my way into Egypt without being noticed. And Allah is telling him to go to Fir'aun. And he said to him, okay. And he said to him, oh Allah, allow me, give me the strength, give me free my tongue, as in let my tongue flow freely, and then give me a supporter from within me, and it's Harun, my brother. And Allah uses this as one of the favors of Ibrahim, one of his favors upon Musa alayhi salam. He said, وَاذْكُرْ فِي كِتَابِ مُوسَى إِنَّهُ كَانَ مُخْلَصًا وَكَانَ رَسُولًا نَبِيًّا وَنَادَيْنَاهُ مِنْ جَانِبِ الطُّورِ الْأَيْمَنِ وَقَرَّبْنَاهُ نَجِيًّا وَوَهَبْنَا لَهُ مِنْ رَحْمَتِنَا أَخَاهُ هَارُونَ نَبِيًّا. We've gifted Musa alayhi salam from our mercy his brother Harun as a prophet. So Musa alayhi salam and Harun head towards Fir'aun. And as they approach Fir'aun, it's reported that when he came to Fir'aun, his God didn't let him in. He said to him, you are from Bani Israel, you are not allowed in. So he said to him, tell him Musa ibn Imran is here. So he said to him, Musa ibn Imran is here, so he allowed him to enter. And then Musa alayhi salam spoke. And he said to him, أَنَا إِنِّي رَسُولُ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. I am the messenger of your Lord the Most High, or the Lord Most High. Here Fir'aun uses 3 techniques that you would find people often hide behind if they are given advice. So you often, like someone, when you tell them that this is haram, this is wrong, you shouldn't be doing this, they will use one of these 3 methods, or they will accept it. But the 3 methods of misguidance Fir'aun brings them. The first one is, look at yourself. He says, قَالَ أَلَمْ نُرَبِّكَ فِينَا وَلِيدًا وَلَبِثْتَ فِينَا مِنْ عُمُرِكَ سِنِينَ وَفَعَلْتَ فَعَلَتَ. Is this you, Musa, talking? The one that I raised in this house for years? And are you the same Musa that's talking? The one that fled away after someone was killed? He said, you've committed your crime, your heinous crime, and you fled away, and now you're coming to tell me. What is the relation of what Musa alayhi salam has said to him to what Fir'aun answered? He said to him, I am the messenger of the Lord of the Alameen. Fir'aun started attacking his character. And similarly, people sometimes, look, don't judge me, who are you to judge me? Haven't you seen this? You do this, you sin like this, or you've got your own sins. So Fir'aun did this. That's the first thing he did. He said to him, قَالَ أَلَمْ نُرَبِّكَ فِينَا وَلِيدًا. He said to him, I have favor upon you, I've raised you. Add to that the fact that you are someone that is wanted. So Musa alayhi salam said, I have done this, I've repented from this, but now I have come with a message. The second thing he did was ridicule him. And you find this sometimes, you tell someone, grow your beard. Bro, it's 2021, you want someone to come with a big beard, yeah? Allah doesn't want this. Ridiculing what Allah has wanted in the commandments of Allah. So he ridicules him. And he speaks to people. He said to him, what is the Lord of Al-Alamin? So Musa answered. And he gave him the answer in detail. And then he tried to laugh and mock him. And he mocked him, and Musa continued. And Musa said to him, as a point, I have proof, great evidence for you. So he threw his staff, he turned into a snake, and Musa took out his hand, and the source of light came out. And then Fir'aun has seen this, seen magic before. So he said, oh, now I understand, you're a magician. And the custom back then is that when magicians would come, they would perform their tricks, they would be given something to thank them for their service and entertainment, and set them on their way. But Musa doubled down, and he said that I have come as a messenger from you, Lord, this is the signs, and this is not magic but a sign from Allah. So he said to him, I prove to you his magic. So they agreed that they are going to set a gathering or a face-off on Yawm al-Zina, the day of beauty. And this is the day of Eid for this group of people. And he said to him at Duha time, at the time of just the sun when it starts to rise. So at peak time, this is the day that we are going together and to face off. It's reported that Fir'aun approached 1,000 magicians to bring them to face off to Musa alayhi salam. So the day had come and the stage had been set and the people had gathered to come and look. And Musa alayhi salam, Allah tells him, he said to him, do not worry, because you are on the truth. So Musa alayhi salam threw his staff, or they threw their staffs first and their sticks, and Musa alayhi salam threw his, and it overpowered them and it ate all what they offered. And then Musa alayhi salam took out his hand, and it clearly became apparent to the magicians that this, what Musa alayhi salam brought, wasn't magic. Because they know the tricks, they know the sorcery that they are bringing. So the first people to recognize that it's false are the magicians, because they know their trade. So straight away they said that this is not magic. آمنا برب هارون وموسى. We believed in the Lord of Musa alayhi salam and Harun. So then Fir'aun comes in. Now he said, oh, I've solved it again. He's not a magician. He's the master of the magicians. He's the one that taught all of the magicians. This is the grand master of the magicians. And then he threatened the magicians. He said, if you are not to turn away from the religion of Musa and Harun, I am going to cut your limbs from different limbs. So for example, your right leg and your left arm, or your right arm and your left leg, and hang you around the trees until you die. So they said, we have seen the truth, this is not magic, this is a message from Allah Azza wa Jal, and we are not going to turn back. So then Allah Azza wa Jal, these people had died, and these sorcerers or magicians that had become martyrs then had been killed by Fir'aun, and became sort of a back and forth between Musa alayhi salam and Fir'aun for the next years to come. And Allah Azza wa Jal would give Musa alayhi salam miracles. And he said that in the Quran, he said, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى تِسْعَ آيَاتٍ بَيِّنَاتٍ. Would give Musa 9 clear signs, from the signs of Allah Azza wa Jal. From these signs, Allah Azza wa Jal said that we've given them the flood. There was a flooding that came to the people of Egypt, and they came to Musa alayhi salam. They said that, أُدْعُ لَنَا رَبَّكَ, call your Lord, let this go away, and then we'll believe. So as this went away, they went back and they came and they said to him, you know what? It's not quite good enough. We understand, but it's not quite good enough. So they went back to their disbelief. And then Allah Azza wa Jal sent upon them lice. And then He sent frogs that stormed the city. And Allah Azza wa Jal turned their source of water into blood. And every time they would go to Musa alayhi salam and they would say, look Musa, we understand, we see, but after this one inshallah. And Allah Azza wa Jal, once He lifts it, they will go back to their disbelief and they will go back to torturing the people of Bani Israel. Until the people of Bani Israel reached a state and they said, Ya Musa, أُذِينَ مِن قَبْلِ أَن تَأْتِينَا وَمِن بَعْدِ مَا جِئْتَنَا. We've been punished and targeted before you've come to us, and we are being punished and prosecuted even after you come to us. So when is the answer of Allah Azza wa Jal going to come? So Musa alayhi salam told them, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى مُوسَى وَأَخِيهِ هَارُونَ أَن تَبَوَّأَ لِقَوْمِكُمَا بِمِصْرَ بُيُوتًا وَاجْعَلُوا بُيُوتَكُمْ قِبْلَةً, that stay in your houses, pray to Allah Azza wa Jal. And He showed them a qibla, the direction that they should pray to Allah Azza wa Jal. And He said to them to be patient. And then Musa alayhi salam said, عَسَى رَبُّكُمْ أَن يُهْلِكَ عَدُوَّكُمْ وَيَسْتَخْلِفَكُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ فَيَنْظُرْ. That Allah Azza wa Jal is going to destroy your enemy and is going to allow you to inherit the power in the land, and then He will see what you guys do. And this is important for tomorrow inshallah, that we will see after Allah Azza wa Jal destroys Fir'aun, what had happened to the people of Bani Israel. But this was a prophecy from Musa alayhi salam, and he knew what was going to happen. So Musa alayhi salam eventually reached a point where he told the people of Bani Israel that Allah Azza wa Jal has set for me a meeting place, a location to meet, and it's on the Red Sea. So it's time for the people of Bani Israel to depart Egypt, pack up their homes and leave. And they did this in the night, and as the night approached, they all prepared themselves and they left, and they were heading towards when Allah Azza wa Jal told them a certain location. From the people that were with Musa alayhi salam is his brother Harun, another prophet by the name of Yusha, and also the mu'min, the believer that was from Al Fir'aun that Allah Azza wa Jal told us about in Surah Ghafir. He said, وَقَالَ رَجُلٌ مُؤْمِنٌ مِنْ آلِ فِرْعَوْنَ يَكْتُمُ إِيمَانَهُ أَتَقْتُلُونَ رَجُلًا أَنْ يَقُولَ رَبِّيَ اللَّهُ. There was a believer from the family of Fir'aun. He said to Fir'aun, he said, do you kill someone just for saying that my Lord's Allah? And he said, and he's brought to you his proof. That if he's lying, then that's his own lie. But if he's truthful, then you're going to face some of the punishment that he's speaking about. And this man was prosecuted as well, and he fled with Musa alayhi salam. From those that believed in Musa alayhi salam was the wife of Fir'aun, Asya. She believed in Musa alayhi salam as well, and Allah told us in the Quran, وَضَرَبَ اللَّهُ مَثَلًا لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا امْرَأَةَ فِرْعَوْنَ. That one of the examples that Allah tries to the people that believe is the wife of Fir'aun. قالت رب ابن لي عندك بيتا في الجنة. Oh my Lord, oh Allah, build for me a house in Jannah. She'd had everything in this dunya. Fir'aun was saying that he had rivers flowing underneath him. But yet she wanted what Allah had in the Jannah. And this is the Iman when it mixes. It doesn't separate between rich, poor, someone living in so close to Fir'aun. There were people much further apart from Fir'aun that disbelieved, and yet his own wife believed. So Musa alayhi salam, he went to this location in the Red Sea, and it's reported. And again, this is just a reporting. We don't know if it's completely authentic or not. But Musa alayhi salam arrived at the Red Sea, and as the morning broke out, Fir'aun had noticed what happened. So he told people, and he's prepared an army, and apparently an army of 100,000 people chased after Musa and his people. And he sent messengers out in different parts of the land that these are people that we are concerned by. These are people that have caused us trouble. So if you find them, then bring them to us. And we are looking for them. And we are interested in hunting them. So he started hunting Musa alayhi salam and Musa alayhi salam and his people. And a lot of the people that were with Musa were women and children. Because Fir'aun used to kill the men of Bani Israel, and he used to kill the children of Bani Israel. So the proportion or the percentage of women to men was great. There were a lot more women, and it would be slowing down the journey. Eventually Musa alayhi salam reached the bank or the beach, and at that point the people told him, is this where your Lord told you to meet? Is this the meeting location? And they started seeing Fir'aun and his army come from behind. He said, it's reported that the mu'min of Al-Fir'aun went into the sea and went back. And he went back into the sea, and he went back, and he said to Musa, here? He said to him, yes. He said, Kalla inna ma'i rabbi sayahdeen. With me is my Lord, he's going to guide me. And there was absolute certainty that Allah Azza wa Jalla is going to guide him. As Fir'aun approached and came closer, Musa alayhi salam, Allah Azza wa Jalla revealed to him, strike with this very same staff, strike the sea. And now if you think about it, what's a stick going to do to the sea? Similarly, just a question, similarly, if you look at the story of Maryam alayhi salam, when she wanted food and sustenance and provisions, Allah Azza wa Jalla told her to shake the palm tree. Now, if anyone that's watched the process of dates coming down from the palm tree, someone would have to climb right to the top, and it'd have to be someone with absolute strength, and shake the palm tree from the top, or go right to the top and clip it for the dates to fall. Because they're stubborn, they're stuck there. So Allah Azza wa Jalla is telling a pregnant lady to shake the bottom of the palm tree. It's not going to make a difference at all. However, it said that Allah Azza wa Jalla wanted to see effort from both of them. So he told Musa to strike, and he struck with his staff, and the sea split. When the sea split, Musa alayhi salam and his people started making their way. And from the miracles is that when the sea split, the land was dry. And Allah Azza wa Jalla allowed for Musa and his people to make it through. Fir'aun and his army approached and stopped. There's no doubt for someone seeing a sea splitting now, thinking about it, that this has to be a miracle. This has to be something far greater than controlling everything. And the sea splitting, and Fir'aun yet approached. He saw in front of him the people of Bani Israel, and he saw an opportunity to kill and eradicate all of them. So he followed them. And Allah Azza wa Jalla swallowed him and his army in the sea, and sort of brought that divide to close. And all of these people, all of the army of Fir'aun was destroyed. Fir'aun himself was at a place where he started seeing this, and at that point he noticed. There was absolute certainty that he was going to die and he was going to drown, he said, آمنت بالذي آمنت به بني إسرائيل. I believe in what the people of Bani Israel believed in. He didn't say, La ilaha illallah, there's no Lord worthy of worship except Allah. He said that this is the people of Bani Israel are being saved. So surely whatever they are saving them, that's the truth. So he said, I believe in that. So he didn't testify to the oneness of Allah Azza wa Jal, nor did he testify when he was able to, when he was living and alive at the moment of death. The people of Bani Israel, when they looked and they saw, they couldn't believe it. Years, decades have gone by, and this person is destroying them, killed them. Musa alayhi salam was born into this regime. Musa alayhi salam grew up while this man is killing and destroying people of Bani Israel. Musa alayhi salam fled for 10 years and came back, and he's still there, and he faced him for years. So for decades this person's been there, and he's been destroying them. The people of Bani Israel couldn't believe it. So Allah Azza wa Jal told Fir'aun, he said, Al-an. Now, time had passed for it. But the people of Bani Israel, they were saying to Musa, we cannot believe that it's passed away. We cannot believe that Fir'aun died. So Allah Azza wa Jal, they said they saw the body of Fir'aun float to the top, and Allah Azza wa Jal promised, فَالْيَوْمَ نُنَجِّيكَ بِبَدَنِكَ لِتَكُونَ لِمَنْ خَلْفَكَ آيَةً. That today we preserve the body of Fir'aun, the Pharaoh, so that this is a sign for those that come after him. And if you go now in the museums in Egypt, that body's still there, preserved, as Allah Azza wa Jal promised for it to be preserved. We cannot witness to the sea splitting. We cannot witness to Musa alayhi salam walking through the sea or Fir'aun being destroyed, but what we can witness for the fact that Fir'aun and his body has been preserved and is still there. And that shows the truth that this is a story that Allah Azza wa Jal only saved the people of Musa alayhi salam, the people of Bani Israel. And this is why the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, هَذَا يَوْمٌ صَالِحٌ, that this is a righteous day. And he said, هَذَا يَوْمٌ عَظِيمٌ, that this is a great day. And he said, هَذَا يَوْمٌ مِنْ أَيَّامِ اللَّهِ, this is one of the days of Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah Azza wa Jal miraculously saved his people. So after this, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the Prophet Musa alayhi salam fasted this day. After the people of Bani Israel fasted this day to thank Allah Azza wa Jal and show gratitude. And then when the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam heard about this day, he fasted this day, and he said that anyone that fasts this day, I hope that Allah Azza wa Jal will forgive the shortcomings and sins of the previous year. So we will fast this day inshallah, which happens to be either Wednesday or Thursday, and different. So the Saudi calendar that we follow mostly is saying is Thursday, but Egypt and other countries are saying they've sighted the moon. And then the Prophet ﷺ said to differ from the Jews, fast the day before it or a day after. So if you are able to fast the Thursday and you are able to add to it the Wednesday, inshallah, just to make sure that you fasted the day before it or the day after, depending on which sighting is correct, and Allah knows best. And inshallah tomorrow we will continue as the people of Bani Israel continued, and they went through the desert and they cut through the desert, and they had stories and tales that Allah told us about. So we'll continue with that tomorrow inshallah. Jazakumullah khair for listening. Assalamu alaikum.